What's up guys, welcome to Blake's Garage. So today I'm gonna be installing a RED46 skid pan on the BMW E30. If you guys haven't checked out my other videos, I definitely recommend to check them out. I have a pretty good playlist going on right now. I think I'm on I think this is like the 14th video in the build series. So go ahead and check that out, and if you want, go ahead and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. So let's kind of go over what we have here. So as you can see, this thing, laser etched, right? Really nice, actually. It's super thick, and it's a laser etched and machine bent piece. This is a US made part. It's really nice. The guy is fairly local. He's on the West Coast. His website is red46.net, or you can check him out on Instagram under red46. And this is the Sump Armor. So as you guys know, I put CA2 coilovers on the E30. Now that oil pan is pretty damn low. So I wanna make sure that when I'm out at the track, I don't bang that on anything. So what I wanna do is I wanna hit this more than the oil pan, because if I hit the oil pan, bam, oil's everywhere, spinning off track, that's not good. So I wanna have confidence when I go over curbing, and that's why I wanted to get one of these. So awesome, very cool, very cool. The other piece that it comes with is this right here. This is basically just the piece that smashes in between here. Woo, the thing's heavy. It just smashes right in between here, boom, and then you got some bolts, and you can bolt that thing up. Then you have the hardware. This is gonna go into the factory power steering rack spot. So basically you're gonna remove those bolts, boom, these are gonna go up through the bottom. We're gonna do this on the car here in a second, but these are gonna go up, bolts will go at the top, and we're gonna put this thing on. So some of the items that you're gonna need to install this, sorry about the loud noises guys, are gonna be a 13mm wrench. You are going to need a 15mm wrench, a 17mm wrench. I would grab sockets as well. I would probably grab a 15mm socket, possibly a 17mm socket, and a 13mm socket, so make sure you have those handy. We're gonna drill some holes with a 5/16 drill bit, so make sure you have one of those. And then after that, we're probably gonna open it up a little bit more with a 3/8. That way we have a little bit more wiggle room, which will be nice. So obviously make sure you got a drill, because you're definitely gonna need a drill. All right guys, so let's get down to it. Let's go out to the car. We'll get this thing put on. What we're gonna do first is remove the power steering bolts. Those are right here. So there's two of them, and then there's a nut on the top. We're gonna replace those with the new bolts. These ones that are supplied with the kit right here, a washer, and a lock nut with some poly lock on it. So I went ahead and put a 15mm wrench up on the top of the bolt right here where the power steering is. Now I'm gonna use another 15mm socket to go ahead and just break this power steering bolt loose. Whoops. So we dropped that. However, it looks like it's pretty much coming off now. All right, finally that thing came out. It was in there really tight because this is a really, really tight fit right here. So we are gonna replace this bolt with the new bolt. So, I don't know about you guys. I have not scraped the oil pan on the ground yet, but I've been very careful. I don't know if you guys have experienced that issue. Maybe you guys are more low than me. The car is pretty low, but you know, I know some of you guys are scraping out there. I am not scraping too often, so that's good. However, you will kind of notice that this skid plate, it will drop you down a bit more, so you kind of are more likely to hit the skid plate just because it's gonna drop down a little bit. But I mean, that's okay, because that's exactly what it's designed for. And it's kind of nice to know, like, crap, I'm really close there. Okay, so I got that bolt out as well. Now we can go ahead and grab the new bolts. The new bolt is a 17mm head with a 17mm nut. So yeah, you wanna make sure that you got your 17mm handy. And then what I'm gonna do is grab that skid plate right now, grab that bolt, shove it on in here. Just like that. So I'm grabbing a rubber mallet, that way I can kind of pound this in a little bit. Let's see how this works. Leaning on my body. Ah! Okay, that helped. So much fun. If you had a friend helping you do this, might be a good idea. Sorry if I'm blocking the shot, guys, but you can understand why, I'm sure. Side right through here works pretty well. That's a good little spot. Now hopefully I didn't get my shirt all greasy. I was working on old cars is Finn. Ah! Don't do that. This position is good right here. See this position, guys? Remember this position. This is the technical install position right here. This is the one that works good. Reach your hand up around, bam, bam, bam. Put the bolt on. Good to go. No need for two people. It's all good. Two people would kind of help though. Let's get the other side. So we got that bolt. You can almost kind of let it hang, sort of, kind of. Do more cool leg stuff. Okay, I was bad and did not grab the washer the first time around. So I'm gonna have to redo that. So make sure to get the washer before you put it in. That way you can slide it up in there. It'll be all good. And then there's also a washer that goes on the top. Now, I did put the washer on the top, however. Forgot to put it on the bottom. Not a good idea. Don't do that, guys. This side's gonna be a little bit more fun because this is where your power steering, like, input shaft thingy, the steering shaft goes in. So you're not gonna have as much wiggle room. All right, so I got that wrench on top and I'm kind of gonna cheat. Not really, this is just my favorite tool that I have. It's my impact driver. I'm gonna keep that wrench on top and drive this home a little bit. Now, I'm not putting this on super tight yet. I wanna leave it kind of loose. That way I have a little bit of wiggle room. I'll be able to drill it just like this. This should be fine. We got a little bit of wiggle room here, so I'm gonna go ahead and remove this bolt and put that freaking thing on it. Yeah, do that. Using my Sharpie, I'm gonna go ahead and just put this up against here and mark the holes to be drilled. Boom, marked up. So I got my safety glasses, got my drill. I'm gonna just go ahead and drill these holes out now. I gotta be really careful though when I do it because I don't want to drill into the radiator. So I was gonna try to use like a Christmas tree step bit, but then I'd have to take the skid plate off again, and that just kind of seems like more of a pain in the ass than anything. So let's do this with the smaller bit first, let the drill bit do the work. Try not to burn ourselves in the process. Really close, getting really close, so I'm slowing down. Woo, there we are. Put it in reverse, kind of bore that out. Good to go on the first one. Woo! Hopefully that didn't hit nothing on that one. I was damn close on that one. Recommend to take a look and then, you know, just drill right into the radiator. Why not? No, I didn't really hit it, but it could have been bad. Next. That's what we're trying to avoid, guys. That's what we're trying to avoid. So I'm actually just pretty much running the drill in reverse and just kind of boring these out a little bit. I don't want to run it in forward because I'm scared I'm going to whack the radiator. So yeah, this takes longer and yeah, it's not the proper way, but it's working. So I went in with a 3/8 bit and kind of bored it out just a little bit to make it a little bit bigger. Man, all these puns just going on. Now, hopefully, we got enough room to where we can kind of just thread these in to that piece up on the top. So you want to make sure, obviously, you don't cross thread it. So just do this by hand. Make sure to leave your back bolts on your power steering rack kind of loose. That way you have some wiggle room to get these bolts in. Using a torque wrench, you want to torque these front bolts down to 14 foot-pounds. And then we're going to go back to the back bolts. We're going to tighten these bolts and nuts down to 37 foot-pounds of torque. Make sure you have a wrench on the top, and then you can torque this down for the power steering rack. You're gonna want to check these periodically just to make sure that they don't come loose. Looks like we're all good here, so yeah, awesome. Let's check it out. All right, guys, there it is. It is all installed. Pretty simple to install, you know, pretty straightforward. Just drilling out these holes and replacing those bolts up there for the power steering rack. So yeah, definitely a good upgrade. We'll go ahead and throw this thing on the ground, kind of see how it looks for ground clearance. Boom. So sorry about the sun, guys, but this is how this is how low my car sits. These are 205 50 R15 Toyo Proxy R888Rs. That's the tire I have on here. I have about 2 fingers worth of gap right in between here, okay guys? So if you guys are kind of wondering, you know, how low the car is, that is how low it is. This is tucked a bit more, kind of about 1.5 fingers here. And really, you know, if you punch this out, it's would actually be a lot closer. If I had a spacer on here, you know, it would actually be a lot closer. But I mean, here is like pretty much 1 finger in between there. And now underneath the car, see the skid plate, right? You guys see it down there? Yeah, like pretty much my hand, there's my hand, right? So at my pinky, without my thumb, that's my thumb like smashed off. So literally I can't even get a fist underneath there. So definitely good, something to bang into now. Any of you guys with lowered cars out there, or E30s or anything like that, in the comments below, I wanna know, have you ever smashed your oil pan, your exhaust? What have you smashed on your car, and do you wish you had a skid plate? Let me know what kind of car it is, and I just think it'd be kind of cool to put that down in the comments below. Go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. It really helps if you guys comment and like my videos down below, guys. It really helps get the video shared and get it out there. Also, like I said before in the beginning of the video, there are multiple other parts of this build. So I think, like I said, I'm on 13 or 14 part number, whatever, you know, of this build. So yeah, check out the car. Definitely more stuff to come. There'll probably be more videos after this. If you watched it about a week later, I put out 2 videos a week. So we'll talk to you guys soon. Later, and wrench on.